Hey guys. Okay, so I've got some goodies for you. My Isaac with Fun Football Podcast. I got my top 10 teams. I'm pretty excited. I tried to be as unbiased as I could, but I did put just disclaimers at the beginning. I did put Detroit ahead of San Fran, which some people might think is crazy, but Detroit almost beat San Fran in the NFC Conference Championship. And I put the Rams ahead of the Cowboys because I legit think they're better. So those were a couple things that I did do. Disagree. I can take the haters. I get a lot of them on Twitter about the Cowboys. So honorable mention teams, and I'm going to do it 11 through 20. This is my top 10. Honorable mentions for the top 10. The top 3 teams for me, and there's an argument for 13, but would be Dallas and Pittsburgh, and then either Miami or Cleveland. And surprisingly, Chicago would be next. They're like around 15. I don't believe in Jacksonville. I don't believe in the Jets. I don't believe in Atlanta. I just got to see it. I just don't believe in them. So, anyways, and it's a Wednesday morning. This is schedule release day. I'm kind of excited. I'll have some videos on that. It'll be fun. But anyways, all right, my number 10 team, LA Rams. My biggest question mark with them, and I'm just going to zip through these. I want people to watch the whole video. The LA Rams are 10 because my questions are, is Stafford going to be healthy? Can they keep Kyler Williams healthy? But getting Blake Corum was really smart because they need a run game at this point in Stafford's career to support him. But with Cooper Kupp, if he's healthy, the health is the biggest concern with this team. But if Cooper Kupp's healthy with Nakua, that's a legit 1-2 punch at receiver. They've got now, if Blake Corum is halfway decent, they got a 1-2 punch at running back. Stafford, if his arm is still there, which it was last year, he was a Pro Bowler last year. I like them as a sneaky contender in the NFC. They're like a dark horse team. So I put them at 10. 9, this might be a little low, but I put Buffalo because they completely overhauled the receivers. They lost a ton on D. And yes, they still have Josh Allen. So yes, they're still going to be a playoff team. They're probably going to win the AFC East. I don't really believe in Miami. Maybe the Jets, but I just don't see it. I think Buffalo probably repeats, but I think they're going to be around like 10, 11 wins. I'm not sure about the coach. They did go on a run last year at the end of the season. They pushed KC. They're a tough out, but they're an out. And I just don't even know if they're going to get back to the second round of the playoffs, let alone the conference championship. So 9 is, I think, fair. I love James Cook. They're going to lean on that run game a lot, but what do they have a receiver? They drafted a kid in the first, but the only guy they picked up in free agency was Curtis Samuel. They let Diggs go. That's a big loss. So I don't know. I just don't love that team, but they're going to be tough. I'm sure they'll rebuild that defense, but they kind of see this as a transition year, like a 10-7-ish team, maybe 11-6, somewhere around there. Green Bay, I put at 8, and I thought that was as unbiased as possible. Yes, I'm a Packers fan. I liked their moves on D, but Jeff Hafley's a big question mark at defensive coordinator, and I love the Xavier McKinney pickup, and I like the moves they made in the draft, but they're young. They're going to be the youngest team in the NFL. Again, they had 11 rookies, guys. 11. I really love the Josh Jacobs pickup, and I think the Marshawn Lloyd one was genius because I really liked him. Javon Bullard's going to have to pan. Edgerrin Cooper, I think, is going to pan, but they're going to need more, going to be good. They did move a bit around in free agency, but they're a young team. People thinking they're going to be 14-3. I don't see it. I think they're on the rise, but they might have some lumps again this year. They might be around 500 and then go on a run again. Depends on what the schedule looks like. We'll know more tonight. So this probably won't change, but I'm going to go through predictions on each team. So anyways, I got Green Bay at 8. I got to see their defense take a jump and their offense be more consistent. So I like the free agency moves and the draft moves, but I got to see some consistency. So I have them at 8. This may be a little low for Philly at 7, but to start 10-1 and then go 1-6 and get just shellacked by the Bucs in the playoffs, that's discouraging, man. I don't know if they've got a coaching problem. There's been rumors about A.J. Brown. They went out and paid Devonta Smith. I like the Saquon Barkley pickup. They made some good moves in the draft, getting Cooper DeJean after getting Kenyon Mitchell. Very good. But I just don't know. I don't know. There's something about this team. That's why I'm I paused there. There's just something I didn't like about the body language last year. I think Super Bowl hangover is real. That's why I knocked San Fran down a peg. But for Philly, I love the Saquon Barkley pickup, but he's got a lot of talent, but he's also been injury prone. I need to see this team be consistent for a whole season. And I think they have a chance to be a Super Bowl contender, but something missing. I don't know what it is. We're going to find out. Like, I'm not sure. So, anyways, we'll see. I'm not sure. So, anyways, I got Philly at 7. I like their potential. I think they're the biggest boom or bust team in the NFL this year. I'd put Baltimore at 6. I shocked the world. I put Houston at 5. Here's why. Baltimore, I love getting Derrick Henry. If he's got tread left, this could really work out. But they lost a lot on D. They had a good draft, but they lost a lot on D. And there's just always something. I don't know. A lot of it's going to depend on health with either Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry. Can Lamar Jackson take another step as a passer? He's going to need to. Frankly, ironically, he needed to use his legs more against KC in the AFC Conference Championship. That was the one thing he didn't do that was missing. So, I don't know. It's just, I like them. I think they're a tough team, but I had them 4th in the AFC. And just they lost a lot on the fact that they lost a lot on defense, and the receiving room is young for the most part, but does it really scare you in the playoffs? Like, I like Zay Flowers, but does it really scare you that the tight ends look decent? But I don't know. Like, I want to see that offense like really gel, and the defense is going to take some time too. So I knocked them just a little bit behind Houston at 5 because Houston, I'm thinking they went out and got Diggs. They made some moves on D. They went out and got Mixon. They supported CJ Stroud. I really like that. And I like the steps we saw from him. Can he be a pocket passer, and can he not hold on to the ball too long? Some question marks, but he looks like a legit passer. And I think that they are a team that's going to continue to be on the rise. Maybe they take some lumps because they're young. But for a half against the Ravens in the second round of the playoffs, they looked legit. They're kind of like Green Bay, where Green Bay pushed San Fran. And I almost put Green Bay higher, but I put Houston at 5 because I think they deserve it. I think they had a great offseason, and I could be wrong. Maybe they start slow, but I think that they're going to be a legit title contender this year. They made the right moves getting Daniel Hunter. I know that's screener, but I think that was an upgrade. They had a decent draft. I just really like CJ Stroud. And I think getting 3 legit weapons at receiver and having 2 solid ones behind them, having Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and then having Robert Woods behind, I mean, that's a receiving core. And they extended Dalton Schultz. So they've got a solid tight end, solid running back if Mixon's got anything left. They've got hopefully a running game to help support Stroud. I like them. So anyways, let's go to 4. So my recap so far. Rams at 10, Buffalo at 9, Green Bay at 8, Philly at 7, Baltimore at 6, Houston at 5, San Fran at 4. I had them second in the NFC because I think the Super Bowl hangover is real. They did lose a few pieces that were important, but I think this might be their last run with this like core on offense. I don't think they're going to be able to afford to keep Ayuk, and everyone's still in the prime, and they're going to exit that soon in the NFL. It's not for long. They may be the toughest team in football this year. I could be wrong about 4. They might be the first team. They should have probably won the Super Bowl, but Super Bowl hangover is real. I'm going to have to see them come back with a vengeance. I like Brock Purdy, but when everything's not perfect around him, he's shown, I think he has a ceiling. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he extends that ceiling, but I don't know. I really like them. I think they're going to be a legit contender, but I had them down a peg because I think they're going to have some lumps this year. They had some lumps last year, the last 3 in a row, but I think they're going to start a little uneven, and then I think they'll figure it out and be scary down the stretch. But that Super Bowl hangover thing is just such a legit ingredient. I had to factor it in. So I put them at 4. This might be nuts, but I put Cincy at 3 because if Burrow's healthy, keeping T. Higgins, I lost Boyd, but with having Jamar Chase, I got a question mark at running back. But they did address offensive line. Their defense can be tough. They're the only team that's not scared of KC. It just depends on Burrow's health. I almost knocked them down 5 spots. But that's assuming health if Burrow's healthy. If he's not, just move him down to 20. Seriously. They played like the 20th team for a while last year. But the last time we saw them clicking for a full season healthy, they almost, went to the Super Bowl. And they did the year before that. So I don't know. Maybe recency bias, pre-last year recency bias, but it depends on Burrow's health. Detroit, I put a 2 because I really like the Terrion Arnold pickup. Getting Rakestraw. They've still got 2 legit running backs. Can a second receiver emerge behind, like, not Laporta, he's a tight end, emerge behind St. Brown, maybe Jameson Williams, maybe something else. We'll see. Peoples-Jones. But they addressed the secondary. That defensive line is legit. They went on even address defensive line, getting some guys like Christian Mahogany late in the draft that I liked. I think it's one of the best rosters, top to bottom. They just paid Jared Goff. I'm happy I made this video today. They just paid Jared Goff a lot of money. I think it may have been an overpay, but dude, the guy's been legit in Detroit. So, you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't pay him that, but I mean, if you're Detroit, you kind of have to. You're like, we've almost made the Super Bowl. What else are we going to do? So it's kind of like Dallas. They're probably going to pay Dak. But Green Bay is probably going to pay Love a lot, you know. Lawrence probably going to get paid. Who else? Tua. They're all probably going to get paid. There, I brought up all the quarterbacks. But anyways, I don't know. Maybe they don't hit what they did last year. My big question marks are Campbell and Jared Goff. What is their ceilings as a coach and a quarterback combo? Can Campbell rein it in, be aggressive when it's needed, not all the time? And does Jared Goff have what it takes to get to a Super Bowl? I mean, he looked like it last year, but it would have been nice to see him stop the bleeding a little bit in that conference championship. I think he does have a ceiling as a quarterback, and it's high, but maybe higher than we thought, but not top 5 level, I don't think, still. But the rest of that roster is pretty stacked. I had to go KC at 1, though. I mean, you got to dethrone them. They're 2-time champs for a reason. I don't think they win 3. They've got question marks at receiver. But going out and getting Worthy, I didn't like that move, but he's got at least got speed. We are going to find out what they're made of. Losing Snead was a big blow to that D, but they brought back Chris Jones, who's still in his prime, and Kelsey's at the end of it. I don't think they're going to be able to repeat because unless Kelsey can reverse time, I don't know. They got Marquise Brown, but all the stuff with Rashee Rice, I kind of question what they can do at receiver. But until people find a way to stop Mahomes in the playoffs and score against that D and that coaching, that's it. So that is my top 10. I will have more for you. I will have schedule release stuff and some fantasy stuff, some shorts. But other than little short videos, it's probably one of my longest ones. I won't be back till August, but I hope you all enjoy this stuff. And I'll be back on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern with Bill in the fall, and I'm most likely will have some fantasy content for y'all too. So anyways, I will have a fantasy short for y'all soon. Hope you enjoyed, and see y'all soon.